Hey, what's up guys? Footy Manager TV here, and today going to make another quick update on Football Manager. I do this, I wouldn't say regularly, but a couple of times I've did this so far, but this is a sort of a different reason because I'm getting a new computer while I'm getting a laptop. It's more so for gaming, so it's going to be a very high quality. And I've said my computer isn't that great, and this is basically just proving it right here. It says your computer's 3D graphics capability. Yeah, it's not even on 1 gold star. It's lower than that. So, if it was like comparing, how they have those stars for the players, that will be like a blue square south level kind of player. So that's what at least comparing it to the computer, that's what kind of player it is. So, yeah, it's not very good. And my new one, it will at least be 3 or 4 stars, I would imagine. Like, everything I read for it is very good, and yeah, it's pretty good. So with that, that's probably going to lead me to make a new series because because I always have errors and stuff when I've already done that once and there's been errors, and I'm not even 100% fully interested in my Arsenal Let's Play anyway, so I'm going to be starting a new Let's Play with the team. I've already started a new series, Plymouth, but that's going to be the same because it's by screenshots, so it's really it's going to be easy enough to do, and these other ones I'm not going to bother with like transferring the save over. Well, mostly this Arsenal one, but Schalke as well, because I want to start fresh. Because if it was you, I would imagine if you got a new computer, you would want to start a new save instead of transferring it over, unless you were really into it. And yeah, I'm not really into the Arsenal one, at least now. Maybe if it was the first season, I would, but third season, I've won everything now pretty much, like Champions League last season. So yeah, I think it's best to start again. And another reason why I'm doing that, I want to start fresh with tactics, because I'll have to admit, like, I definitely, well, on occasions I've just used like the same tactic, sort of. Well, definitely on one occasion I downloaded a tactic, and I really want to create tactics myself where I show a lot of tactics and how I create it and all of that kind of thing, and how I adjust it during matches. And because I can't do live streams, because just the time difference from Australia to UK and that kind of thing, I'm going to do like big uploads. I'm going to basically play every match. I'm going to make heaps of uploads in a day, maybe 2 or 3. And yeah, just showing every match pretty much, and other things with transfers, and also showing my tactics a lot as well. So there's going to be some big uploads, like say if you're watching a live stream, it's going to be similar to that, but it's going to be like an uploaded video. So you're going to see some long uploads even there. I wouldn't maybe not up to an hour, but maybe some like 40 minutes, 50-minute videos, maybe an hour occasionally. I might try and play 2 or 3 games in an episode, just like similar how it would be to a live stream, because I can't do it because of that. So yeah, that's what I want to talk about. And as I said with the tactics, I'm going to be really show a lot in tactics, because people want to know that. And of course, like I said with the if I use downloaded tactics, I'm not going to say which one is downloaded, but on one occasion I did, at least with this year. And that makes, because sometimes it's been pretty hard for me to, like, you want to win matches, but I'm going to go like a different mindset now. I'm just going to go my own way, and that's it. It kind of wouldn't make sense if I dominated straight away. Obviously there would be improvements in my tactics, and that's why I want to show how you can change things up, at least how I do it. And I've already got a couple messages saying, people say you just download tactics, you don't know how to play the game, and that's definitely one thing. I want to me, there's no right way of being a manager. Like in real life, there's obviously people have different opinions who they think is better, but there's no correct way to manage. There's different ways, and that's what I think. There's no correct way to play this game. Like there's no right way and no wrong way. It's just different ways, and obviously people will see it better, and that's what definitely I want to showcase. I want to showcase certain things I do within the career and all that kind of thing. So hopefully you enjoy that. You'll see a lot, and that will probably be late this week. Hopefully anyway, it comes by this week, but most likely, at least in my time, I would imagine it will come by like maybe Thursday or Friday, and maybe Wednesday if I'm lucky, but I just ordered it today. So most likely it will be Thursday or Friday, and I'll start making videos from then, the new series. But of course still going to do Plymouth, but that's going to be the screenshot way of making the videos. And then there's going to be like the Let's Play, because people seem to enjoy this Let's Play of Arsenal, so I think I'll do that. And this is not the main reason I bought it, but a very high reason is to have good 3D rating, so you can really so the 3D graphics is actually good. Because on this computer, even when I did the 3D for a couple matches, it didn't really look great, but with my new one, I should be able to do it on a high quality, and hopefully the players will look more real. And yeah, that's the main reason. I want the players to look better, and hopefully you would think they do on a high level, but I'm not really sure because I've never tried it, but on other people's it's looked better than my one. So I think yeah, the players will look better on high, and you really expect that anyway. So that was one of the big reasons for getting it, and it's pretty much up to people like my subscribers who view my videos, and now I can get a better computer. Well, it's like a laptop, and it's very good. So, and it's also going to help me for other things like outside of YouTube. So I appreciate that. So definitely keep watching my videos, and I should be able to keep improving my videos like I am. So you can see this from the start. From once I started my channel till now, I'm able to improve and hopefully can make my videos better. And also with having a better quality computer, I'll be able to have some. I'll be able to get a better a better like video editor. So you might see me edit them more, at least in my Plymouth one, because with the screenshots, and hopefully that can be a bit better. So, but more so for my FIFA, they'll have some more editing because I'll do a let's play. And actually, I might just go through it now. Like, I'll leave some ideas. I'll just cancel this here and leave your comments what you would like to see. You know, I've always done heaps of English teams, but that's what I enjoy. I like playing the English league because there's no real restrictions for me. And I'll just show you how long it takes up to load a game, just so you know how bad this computer is. And I did want to show it for proof, like because some people might think I'm just using it as an excuse, like to make a new series because I'm not enjoying it or whatever. But it definitely is. You'll be able to tell it's a new computer. And just for evidence, I'll just go to the desktop right now. I don't usually show my desktop, but as you can see, I'm just copying these things to my USB right now, so I can transfer stuff. That's like all the graphics of the faces and all that kind of thing. But if I'll go here, just you see just all this stuff here. If I show the desktop, it's probably gonna this thing might show it a bit later when this loads. Okay, I should be able to do it now if I show the desktop. But yeah, you see, this is how it looks, and no doubt it's going to look totally different in my new computer, so I can just basically prove that, and I'm definitely not using it as an excuse. But anyway, I'll go back to how it was, and yeah, I just usually say no on that. And also, okay, here's one thing. Australia, that's definitely obviously where I come from, and I would enjoy doing a series of with a team from Australia, but then obviously with the really goal to move into a bigger team. That's what will be if I start there, but I would enjoy it a lot. But there's a lot of rules in the league, and I'm not sure if people from England or whatever place you come from in Europe, and obviously England is probably the main, like the UK countries, that they're the people who watch the most, at least from my analytics and all that kind of things on my videos, who watch my Football Manager videos. So being a team from England will be more interesting for other people, but leave your comments if you think that will be good. But for me, and another thing, I always like to be one team for the stretch. I don't like changing teams because I like to make young player signings, and yeah, it would be really bad if they develop into a good player and they're at another team, not my team. So that's the thing about that. So definitely in England, I might, if I think about England, I'll just add all to the countries that I would think about being. Australia, definitely to start there, maybe then to move to a bigger team. And England, obviously, like I said, maybe a championship team to lift them up. And Portugal also, because they don't have the transfer restrictions, and I really like Brazilian and Portuguese players. So that's definitely going to be one option. And a lot of the other popular leagues, like they have a lot of, I don't know, like their league rules is to, like, I always like to sign foreign players, or well, at least because in Spain, in France, you can only sign like 3, and Italy as well. You can only sign like a limited amount of like Brazilians and like South American players, like from Argentina as well. So I don't really like that. So that's one reason I'm leaning towards obviously England and Portugal, because Spain and all those other countries, they have restrictions on that. So that's the main thing. Netherlands as well, maybe someone in the Netherlands, but of course it's not a big league, but maybe as a challenge, I'll challenge to make them into a bigger league. So that's definitely one challenge. So I'll just click on all those potentially going to be. And Germany, I already started one, but I'm just going to leave it. I'm not sure. I don't really like the Bundesliga because Bayern Munich is like too good. So that I've learned from my Schalke series. So yeah, hopefully I'll just go through here just to show you an example, and I'll just do the minimum of championship because I do want to be a team that's in the first league, at least if it's England. Championship will be the lowest, and Portugal the second lowest league, but I might do it lower because look, game speed, that's just proving how slow my computer will be, and you'll see how that's different. But I'll just do a small database just so it loads quick right now, because I'm definitely not going to start it on this computer. So yeah, hopefully like people understand, like if you bought a new computer that's better than your current one, you would probably feel like you want to start a new save, I'm sure people would feel the same about that, especially if you're not enjoying your current 100%. And yeah, and that's going to allow me to load up heaps more leagues. Like previously, I've only loaded up 2. Like I always load up Australia in case I come the manager, and so I can buy players from Australia. So all the players from there are actually in the game. So that's why I do that. So and now with a new computer, I will probably upload. I don't know, or not upload. I'll probably add 6 or 7 leagues, and that would give me lots of players as well. So yeah, hopefully that will be good. And yeah, hopefully you do understand why, and you can see right here why it's taking long. And also, I'll talk about something while you'll see how long this takes for me to start up a game. It's shoutouts for other Football Manager channels. So leave in your comments, like, who are your favorite Football Manager channels, and weekly I'm going to do basically a shout out to which Football Manager channel that I think deserves it, because there's heaps of lower ones that are not even up to 1,000 subs, and even some like 1,000, 2,000. There's some, or 3,000, and just like under that 5,000 mark. There's quite a good amount of YouTubers that do Football Manager, but they simply don't get the views because it's really hard to Football Manager. It's not as popular as FIFA, obviously. So that's something I'm looking to do, and yeah, I think that's pretty much it on that. I was thinking about to start like a tournament kind of thing, but it will be a bit hard for me from Australia, so I can't really do that kind of thing, even though some days I'm late and staying up late. But yeah, who knows? I suppose it really depends. But for now, I just want to focus on starting my new series and doing this new thing, like for shoutouts. I think that could be like something good to do, because I don't want to like seem like I'm saying I'm better than anyone else, but there's clearly a lot of Football Manager YouTubers that even less than 100 subscribers, 200 subscribers, but they're really hard to find. So if anyone, like, who's your favorite? Obviously, like, apart from me, now honestly I think there's heaps better people than me and with way less subscribers. So yeah, I definitely think there's, look, when I watch other Football Manager videos, like, I definitely think they're better than mine, but it's hard like to say, like, compare it to your own, sort of. You can't really compare it to yourself. I suppose it's just what other people think. But leave in your comments, like, who's your favorite. I know there's a couple out there, but yeah, there's really heaps actually, if you can actually find them. But because there's a big sort of, like, within Twitter, like the hashtag FM family, there's quite a few people in there, and that's really a good way to find them, I guess. But again, if like, who do you watch the most and all that kind of thing, just leave the YouTube names in the comments. I'll check them out. And yeah, the ones that I think are the best, maybe I'll do 3, not just 1, so I can get a good amount out there. So yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there, and yeah, hopefully you think that's a good thing I'm doing. But yeah, I don't want it to seem like I'm doing that because I think like I'm the most popular Football Manager or anything like that. Definitely not. Yeah, I just want to do that to really spread the knowledge of Football Manager from my subscribers, because a lot of them are just from FIFA and they probably don't watch much other. I know one person at least, I've got a comment saying he's the only person, I'm the only person that he watches that does FIFA and Football Manager. So that's definitely one thing, as this is finding manager targets. This is one thing why I wanted to get a new computer. It takes so long to start a new game, and I'll try and do this from the start with my new series, so you can see the difference. And especially when when there's the international break during the game, it takes so long, and yeah, it's really annoying actually. And look, I'm playing on a small database size. Imagine when you play on large, which I always play on. So yeah, it takes quite some time, but this should be done very soon. So yeah, it's done now. So leave your comments on all that thing I talk about with the shoutouts for other Football Manager channels. But here, I'll just skip this because this doesn't really matter at all. Just the team. Obviously, there's some teams here in the A-League. Well, if you're into the A-League, if you're from Australia, it's very exciting because there's some quality players in there, like for your own team and that. So if you go to Melbourne Victory, obviously they're my team. They're predicted to come first. They're the most popular team in the league. Marco Rojas, he's probably the best potential, but he's from New Zealand, so he's still counted as a foreign player. And yeah, he's pretty pacey in that, and got pretty good potential. In the New Zealand ranks, he's known as the New Zealand Messi. So, but technically, well, his parents is from Chile, so that's where he gets that South American flair from. If you go to nationalities, yeah, he's Chilean as well. So, ideally, I reckon he could have the potential to be that good. And New Zealand, he's probably not going to ever have any success in the World Cup. But anyway, that's just my opinion on that. You got some other players in there, but I'm not really going to go through it because it's, yeah, just a waste of time. And yeah, that's some teams in there, so I'm not really sure if I'm going to do that or not. But Portugal is a very big, like, a big chance for me to do, just depending what people want. But most of all, I'm going to be a team that I'm going to be more interested in. That's going to be the main thing. So leave your comments of teams that have good players. Like, I really like players because I'm going to be, like I said, with the tactics, I'm going to be creating a new tactic, like not a tactic that's really used in real life. But maybe like a 4-3-3, but with a couple of edits into it and that kind of thing. Like, not like a really popular formation, something a bit different. So, but I do like players that are good attacking, like wingers that have a lot of pace, but also very good technically. So definitely Porto. They have some players, Benfica as well. And the Netherlands, like I said, I talked about them a bit. So we'll go into the first, because I want to really maybe bring them into a better league, like into a higher rating, and that, to add another competitive league into those big European teams. So maybe leave some comments. I know some teams have good youth facilities like Feyenoord. They could be a good team to be, but ideally I'd want someone to be in the Europa League. They maybe try and win the Europa League, but yeah, I'm not really sure. Yeah, I'm just throwing different ideas out. Ajax as well. But I don't want to start as a dominant team, maybe, because then it'll be too easy for me to win the league. Like, I don't want to be a team that's expecting to win, like in the top 4 and that. Like, maybe just outside the top 4, like at a maximum. Like maybe PSV, where I know they're in the Europa League, but maybe they could be a good team to be because they start in the Europa League. So I think maybe they could be a good team, and they've got a lot of those wingers that can play striker. So and some good potential like Memphis Depay. He's definitely one of the players I like as a younger player. He's got some good abilities, and he's definitely a player for the future, no doubt. Anyone else? There's Jurgen Locadia from the Netherlands, of course. He's decent, not pacey, but he's got decent pace for a young player and strong. First touch and dribbling is very good, so he's definitely one of those, a very good striker. So I might be them. They've got some players I like. I really like younger players, obviously. Luciano Narsing, again, a wide player. I like those wide players. There's no doubt I would do a formation with wide players in attack. And yeah, he's got heaps of pace and dribbling ability, very good. If you have him on the right, and Georgino Wijnaldum, again, he's another player that can play a lot of positions in midfield. Actually, I don't have this loaded here, but if I go to positions mod, you can see that there. He's a very versatile player within midfield. He can play any position in midfield, so he's someone I like. Oscar Heilmark, he's someone I like as a player as well. I believe he was at a team previously to this in this year. He was at Augsburg. I believe that's a Swedish team, and yeah, he moved to them for fairly cheap. And yeah, he's one player I like, again, as another midfielder. So I'm really leaning towards being PSV right now. They've got heaps of talent. There's Peter Van Ooyen, a 20-year-old, but he's not as good. He's just in the first team right now. Orlando Engler, yes, a couple of old. Strootman as well. Strootman's he's a very good technically player, and mentally pretty good. Passing is very strong, and he's very good, and he's still like 22. I still regard as young. Anyone else that's young? Oh, of course, Jetro Williams. He's a fantastic young player as well. So as you can see by his attributes, only for 18-year-olds. So I'm really leaning towards being PSV right now. That's pretty much Eric Peters again. He's 23. Still, I regard like under 25 is still like they've got heaps of years left in them. So he's quality. He can play left back or centre back, and yeah, he's pretty good. Okay, I did something there. I'm not sure what it was, but everything is going weird now. I just go to general info. That's what happens. Do they have a young keeper? I suppose they got. I have no idea how to say this guy's first name. Bryce Moslaw Titan. No idea. Anyway, where did he come from? Yeah, Rhoda JC. No idea about him. Anyway, I'll check out some of the younger players and the reserves and all that kind of thing. Anyone really with high value, I'll check it out by the value. That's like how I said. But there's a lot of. Oh, that guy's an older player, Manolev. But I've heard of him before. I'm not sure who he is, but let's see. Because I think I've seen him transfer listed a lot. That's why. And he went to Fulham, I think, in real life. So, a couple of other younger players here. But how about here? Ritzmeier down the left side. Who knows? He could become a decent player. Just see how he develops, I guess. 19, still very young. And he's listed as a hot prospect. So, of course, can still grow. Ruben Betancourt from Argentina. Again, like I said, I don't want to have the restrictions of having the South Americans. So, that's definitely one thing leading towards either being a team in the Netherlands. Anyone else? Yeah, the rest are not really high quality, but the youth squad is where it all comes to fruition for the under-19s. Unfortunately, there isn't anyone amazing, but don't forget they have the good youth facilities and bring in play. But this guy, like Zarakia, Bakali. He's a fantastic left player outside on the left, but he's got the strong right foot, so that's very impressive. And he's only 16, so he can increase a lot with the right training and all that kind of thing. And yeah, hopefully he can become good and maybe improve his strength. But yeah, I definitely like him as a player. He has the goods. He's good on both feet. That's very important at a very young age. And yeah, he's already played matches, so I've got to be careful of that to start it in the right day. But anyway, yeah, he's been very good. And yes, like I said, still only 16 and doesn't turn 17 until the new year. So he's very good. Anyone else? These other ones, I don't think they're going to be good enough, just judging by their age. And yeah, like I can just tell they're not good enough. I could look at the 16-year-olds. They're the ones who are very good. Like Tristan Berghaus again. Yeah, he's probably not as good, but he's decent. And I kind of like that they don't have heaps of youth players already, so I can bring in my own. Well, not bring it, like when I get the youth intake and that kind of thing. And yeah, hopefully enjoy, and hopefully I can. You will like show the support for a new series and all that kind of thing. And of course, looking at our highest value player isn't even above 10 million, so that's something like a mini challenge. Try and get a player that's over 10 million, and or like our own player with our own talent. I want to bring in a lot of your. I don't want to like really poach heaps of talent. I want to bring through my own talent. As you can see, there's heaps of Netherlands players in here already. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for now. This has been a longer video than I probably intended it, but I sort of wanted to showcase, and that I'm really gonna. There's a big chance for me to really beat PSV right now. They're ideal for me. They're in the Europa League, and they've got fantastic training and fantastic youth facilities. So hopefully, we can bring through some good players. And their finances isn't amazing. So if we compare it to Ajax, I suppose it's similar, but they've got some loan debt in there that I'll look to pay that off, obviously. And the stadium capacity is 35,000. How about compare that to Ajax? Ajax, yeah, a bit more. And the other big team in this league, Feyenoord. What are they? Yeah, they're a bit more, but the finances are really the same. So, and they're expected to come fourth, but again, they're already in the Champions League. At PSV, I've always liked them. They've got some very good players that I've showed you already, and starting in Europa League, that's perfect. So I'll try and win the Europa League, and then obviously qualify for the Champions League. That's a perfect start for me. That's how I really like it. And I've showed a lot of the young players, but one of the older players, even though he's still fairly young, Jermaine Lens, or Lons, I think you pronounce it, for Netherlands, I guess. He's a very, very good player. He's got pace. If you see 15, that's still a good pace, even though it's not in the yellow like here, flair. He's got the flair, like I said, as well. So he's a good player, and he's definitely got heaps of years left in him. He's still a younger player, not too young, but he still hasn't really reached his top level yet. So, yeah, hopefully he can do that. Like now, I'm really saying I'm going to beat them pretty much, and yeah, I think so. I think I will. Of course, Matthias Jorgensen. I had this guy on my team in, I think, Football Manager 2011. He was a good talent, and he still probably has that potential. So, he's very good. PSV, they've got heaps of talent right now, so no doubt I'm probably going to beat them right now. Marcelo, who's a bit older, he's a 25-year-old. And yeah, he's a very good centre back, very good physically, like reminiscent to like a David Luiz. Very good physically, he's got a bit of pace and strong and all that kind of thing. So yeah, I think I'll leave it at that. And unless there's any other really high level players that I've missed out on, Toivonen, again, he's a bit older. He's one of the older players in the team, 26. Off the ball is very good for a striker, so that's something I'll look to utilise. A very good, probably Swedish, like the next best Swedish striker. After Ibrahimovic. So if you look at the age here, also look at the oldest player. Obviously there's some older players like Van Bommel. He will be very good for the first season, and hopefully when he retires we can sign him on as a coach if you look at those high attributes. And you got Wilfried Baumer, but apart from those, that's when the age really, there's a big gap. If you look here, 26-year-old, and then to like 29-year-old, there's a 28-year-old, but he's just a keeper, so it doesn't really matter. You see the big difference. Look, all these players that are under 26, and look how many players, well, let's try and do this properly. All those players under 24 from Jermaine Lens to here. So, yeah, basically half of the team is under 24. Half of the first team, don't forget. So it's a really young team, and I think I could have fun with PSV. So, yeah, hopefully you'll understand and show the support with this new series. And as I said, because I just started the Plymouth one, I will continue that in the shortcuts, or not shortcuts, in the screenshot way. And this will be the Let's Play one where I do uploads daily, and yeah, a lot of just heaps of episodes, heaps of content showing more and more of my tactics and how I build the tactics. And yeah, I'm going to show a lot more tactics, and that's what people like on YouTube for Football Manager. At least people want to find out about tactics a lot. What are the best tactics? And I really want to showcase how to utilize the players' roles and what players are best in what roles and how you do that in your tactics. But you'll see that a lot more when I start the series. So I'll leave it at that for now. Like I said, hopefully you show the support on the series. And yeah, I hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you guys then.